What's going on, guys? Welcome to TK's Garage 405. Today we're going to be working on my old 400 small block on my Camaro here. We're going to try to tear it apart and see if we can see if it's usable to put in my son's square body here. So kind of tear it down and take a look at it and see what was going on with it, and hopefully we can just throw some different heads on it and hopefully just throw it in his car. Or his truck, sorry. He's got a transmission ready to go for it. So that's what we're working on today. So let's get to it.
Even look.
All right. Thinking we'll just pull it straight and backwards, because then it'll be on that side of the thing. We can put it back in front of the car.
Yeah, that's it.
I could pretty much tell the look of them if they're right.
That's them right there.
Those are too long though. It's right
too
threads. Mm-hmm. That's like way too long.
Well, I thought it has to fit through.
It does, but that's I can tell already.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'll end up using a million
spacers
on it. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna figure out if we can get this thing on the stand, and using the O'Reilly's Auto Parts jack here. This thing actually works pretty good.
Being an employee has its pros. Oh, I guess I didn't need 6. I don't know why I counted 6. There's only 4 of them here.
Oh. Okay, are we close there?
Higher.
The stand doesn't sit I don't know if the arms are in a different spot. Like when I had a Princess Auto or Canadian Tire one before,
that's probably good. Which one?
Canadian Tire wasn't the greatest. The Princess
these
Auto.
2, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think it'll. I don't remember.
Need some crescent wrenches. Okay.
All right, so we're trying to get this thing on the engine stand here. So we'll see if we can get it mounted up here. I forget. I think it might be the 2 bottom and the 2 top. All right, this is about as clean as our shop gets. So we tidied up today. Okay, I think that'd probably be close to right height here. Throw all that stuff back into it.
Yeah, I got that other intake, so that I want to use instead.
Oh yeah,
that RPM performer.
Sounds good. All right, what do we need here?
1/2-inch wrench. Do they make an actual wrench for those for when it's in the car?
Oh yeah, it's called Grandpa's wrench.
I was trying to find that the other day. Did you hide that from me?
I did, because I knew you'd lose.
I was like, there's no way this guy actually hid it from me.
I mean, his. That's a assumption.
Oh, is that 9/16?
Ooh, my high-dollar valve covers here.
Yeah.
All right, we should probably have a piece of cardboard or something to set all this stuff on. So we're just gonna start tearing the intake off this thing. We'll pull the heads off of it. We'll let it shine down and hopefully see what the cam looks like, and then we'll decide from there what we're gonna do with it. Now this intake's dirty. I had some other intakes like Edelbrock's before this, and this one just fits super weird. I don't know if it was because it was like this Q-Jet style one, but you see how I had to actually hog the holes out to get it in there for some of them.
You did that?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
There was some bolts wouldn't go in at one point there with some of the heads I was using. I don't know why.
Take this.
Okay. That can just whatever go over here too.
Where'd you throw it?
I just put it underneath there on the stand. These are probably just gonna go in the trash. Honestly, I'll probably never use those again.
Yeah.
I should actually just take them straight to the trash because I'm never gonna.
Then you'll be tempted to put them back on.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Nobody wants those.
No.
We're moving up in the world now.
That's right.
We're not doing it out of a shed no more.
Yeah, that's right. We're doing it out of a
TK's
hot
garage, not TK's shed.
All right. That off there.
Some hillbilly would buy them.
Probably.
$10.
Well, those gaskets actually stayed on decent. They just still didn't tighten up the other side though. Useless. All right. There shouldn't be any fluid left in it, I would think.
I imagine so. Once we get the intake off, we'll put those bolts back in.
I guess we had it upside down already, so there really shouldn't be anything in it. For sure.
Theoretically.
What's crazy is I know I put this water pump on it. I'm pretty sure it was painted when I put it on. Usually, like, that stuff doesn't just typically wear off, so that's...
Think you changed it?
I did change it.
Oh, you changed it.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably a long time ago now, but... Yeah.
Or like an LS swap into it?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're going to get the intake off this thing. I guess we should probably take this pressure
I already
sensor
loosened
out.
it.
You loosen this up?
Yeah.
Okay. What, turn all the way with it? No, I didn't think so.
Oh, rest in peace.
That's okay. We'll take the intake off first.
Okay.
That's fine. It'll come off. The bolts out.
I don't know. There's a couple on your side.
Oh,
I don't know if they're fully out.
yeah, there.
I just put them in here so they didn't fall into it.
Okay. Sounds good. We're organized here. TK's garage. You can call us.
Where are we putting this? Ooh.
I don't know. Just set it underneath for now. Just rest it on the stand. It actually looks clean on the inside, to be honest. I actually thought this was going to look like more of a disaster than it does at the moment. So if you spin them and they're loose, then you know that's what the noise is coming from.
That one's spinning.
Is it really?
Yeah, that one's spinning. That one's spinning.
Not like bad though.
That one's pretty loose. They're all pretty loose. That one's really loose.
Oh, that's probably the one that was making the noise. So does that mean this? Well, it was definitely loose though. That's obvious it was rattling there.
That one too. That one's tight.
All right.
Well,
so all of this back here was because I put silicone back here because when I put it together, this is the first time ever where I didn't use front and rear seals because everybody says just put a bunch of silicone on it. And so when I did that, it leaked oil like crazy. So I followed David Freiberger's advice there, but it didn't work for me. So
probably because you used so much of it.
No, everybody says you
Most
just
people
use
run
like
like a small bead right there.
Everybody
or at least
says
in the
use
corners.
a mountain. So anyways, it didn't work for me, so I'll probably never do it again.
Take this water
Maybe
pump
for
off?
somebody else.
So we have to.
Uh,
I guess we don't have to.
no, not really. I mean, we can. If I don't. Depends if we're going to check the. Let's take a flashlight and look at the. See if we can see the cam lobes or not. Can't see anything. I know I looked at it in Iowa and it all looked. I thought it looked fine, but I mean, from what I could see, yeah, it still looks fine. I don't know. I've contemplated if we should pull the camshaft out and take a look at it.
No.
I think so. Someone was working on an engine the other day on a stand. It might have been Tony Angelo or something. And they had a thing that actually sits underneath there and catches the fluid. So when you flip it or whatever, it
on the stand?
Yeah, it's like actually fits over the stand. Like it's like shaped to the stand. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good idea. Usually I just flood the floor.
Yeah, I do that too.
I don't see any smoking gun, that's for sure.
How can you tell if it's grooved into the lobes or something?
Well, you'd see it kind of being like scored up a little bit or whatever, usually. But I don't see it. We should put the bar on the crank and turn it over.
Holy crap. Those are torqued in there.
You don't take those off.
So I can get
just
it
these two. So I don't know. It looks like from just at least this particular angle, I don't really see anything wrong with like the camshaft. I was worried that it might have wiped a lobe or something, but It doesn't really look like it to me anyways. I don't even see any imperfections or grooves or... I don't know, this one's got like a couple little nicks in it. Like not nicks, but just like burrs it looks like. But if we pulled it apart and we actually checked the cam bearings, we would know for sure, I guess. All right, so I think, pretty sure, kind of thinking a couple of the cam lobes look questionable possibly here. So thinking maybe we'll break it right down, pull the heads off, and we'll probably end up like...
We should pull the cam.
Yeah, pull the cam out. We should probably check the bearings in it anyways, because it had like some metal material. I wasn't sure. I thought maybe that was from...
There's not much metal up here, though.
Oh, someone's giving her the beans on the old quad there. But I think we'll probably just do that and check it over, and then we can decide from there, whatever. Like I said, worst case scenario, we'll probably put a new cam bearings in it, I suppose. I think the bottom end would be fine otherwise. It's not hard to check a bearing. We can pull a main cap off and check a main bearing too. So, pull the oil pressure sensor out here. These are electronic. Clean it up a little bit, and we'll pull the heads off. Probably going to sell these heads if anybody wants a set of Trick Flow Twisted Wedge G1 heads.
That's nice.
I was debating giving them away, but I'm going to give away the headers when I hit 1,000 subscribers here. Headers and Y pipe for a 3rd gen F body. So if you're looking for something like that, if you're part of the channel, you might be able to get in on that deal. So, and then I'm going to give away a $100 gift card when I hit 1,000 as well. Gaining pretty quick lately here, so if you guys are interested, hit the subscribe button. All right, so time to start breaking this down, I guess. Grab the impact and we'll get at her. All right, so we're gonna pull the heads off here. We're gonna take the rockers and whatnot off first. So a lot quicker with the impact. So I talk about this stuff all the time. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but these Ryobi tools are amazing. I've had them around forever. I've got some like high-powered impacts and some low-powered impacts. These ones are adjustable. This is the small one we just use for around the shop because it's strong enough, but I keep one with me in my truck for doing like... Oh, that was tight. Valve was open.
I guess so.
Why was that? Yeah, there's another annoyance. These answers are so stupid. That's yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It's getting a head, so it doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't pull them off and mix them up somehow.
Yeah, these are the special rockers, so that's the
exhaust
intake.
Oh, that's the intake?
Yeah.
The bigger one is the intake. That's how that works.
Yeah.
I guess you can't tell from here.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just pull them off. And be able to figure it out.
Dude, that's obnoxious. You need like an Allen key?
Dude.
Who invented
I gotta
these?
show them this because this is so stupid. Are they all gonna fit in there? Probably not. Need another container. Show you what we're talking about here.
Probably from hammering.
Okay, you can kind of see what we're talking about here. So like, this is what holds the valve covers on. And you can see you can't fit an Allen key through here to actually tighten that up. So then, like they can't, it's like really stupid. And then you have to try to line up the center bolt valve covers with these, and they're like, to try to get them perfect, it just doesn't work. It's like really stupid. So whatever. Some people say they've used them and they make them work, but they're just not for me. So it's LS power time. Everybody in Canada is complaining about the heat right now, and it's only like, I don't even know what this Fahrenheit is there, probably like high 80s. Everybody's like, oh, it's too hot. And then like 2 weeks ago, they're like, oh, it was so cold before. It was like raining every day and it's never sunny. And then the second gets hot. Oh, it's too hot. It's too hot. But we want to leave now. So yeah, makes me laugh. Anyways, so it's like, I don't even know what temperature it is here. It's probably like same, about the same actually. I mean, it's hot, but I think when you're in it all the time, you just kind of get used to the heat. People say, oh, I would never want to live any place hot. Well, that's because they haven't lived any place hot. I mean, to a certain extent. I wouldn't want to live in like southern Texas or something like that where it like really gets hot, or like Mexico or something like that where it gets even hotter than that.
Oh yeah.
I think people exaggerate too. Like everybody I've heard say, "Oh, it gets up to like 140 in Vegas," but then like a couple of days ago, it got to like 120 in Vegas, which is supposedly the highest it's ever been. So I think all the other people that say it gets hotter than that were exaggerating. Okay, so we're trying to get these stupid center bolt valve cover pieces out here. I'm going to let him work on it since I had to take 10 months to get them installed in the first place. So we'll get them off because you can't get the rockers off without that. Oh, I don't know if you could get the...
No.
Scratch that.
Blow it off.
Yeah. Don't want to wreck these ones because this took me like 5 years to find these.
Really?
Yeah, and they're special for these heads.
Why does this thing turn out so funky? There we go. Do I need to take these out right away? Like completely?
Ooh, just about dropped it again. Yeah.
Take them out completely.
The center things?
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
You could probably like not take. I don't know if they all have to go. I guess they do.
Why are they so like the threads are
That's
so
what I'm
buttered?
saying. Why wouldn't they make the top bolt bigger
So you could at least fit it through?
Yes, because the holes in valve covers are bigger than that. It's the hole is like literally loose. They could have had the top one bigger so you could fit the Allen key through the top one. Like literally make no sense. Trick flow. I know these are old design, but these guys almost these heads almost ruined you guys. I remember there was like a guy Artie from Trick Flow. I remember back in the day when these heads came out. He was on the boards all the time, like trying to answer questions because people were setting them up and couldn't figure out the valve train geometry, and there was just like a mess of problems with them. Same things I'm struggling with here. That's why we're taking them off. Obviously, they're old already. These are probably 25 years old now, but they still flowed. Like they flow as good as or better even maybe than like the modern AFR Enforcer, so or similar, anyways. So I mean, people were bolting them on. I think they did some bolt-on tests back in the day, and like just on like stock 350s, they're bolting on like something like stupid, like 40 or 50 horse on with like stock cam and everything. So people were happy with them. I saw lots of guys making good power. There was 10-second cars back in the day.
Once you get them set up right.
But it was just like, yeah. Maybe guys that are like really like technical could figure out how to make them work. Like I know they do make like center bolt to outer valve cover adapters. I don't know how exactly they work. I think the right thing to do here would have probably been to like tap it for an outside bolt pattern. Again, none of which I'm going to do. When you can buy a brand new set of heads for like $1,100, $1,200 right now. It was different in Canada because in Canada, those $1,200 heads were like, by the time you get them landed in Canada, it's like $2,000 basically. So I bought these in the US when I was traveling one time for like however much, better deal anyways, but a lot less than $2,000 anyways. So that's why I grabbed them. But then I didn't realize you needed the special rockers, and he didn't give me rockers. So then I searched and searched and searched and searched. It was like literally, it took me like 5 years to find them. And then once I put them on the car, it never ran the same after that. Didn't get them dialed in. So that's why we're removing them. So said there was actually people when I started posting about this, there's people asking if they could buy them. They like them so much. One guy's like, I want another set. He's like, I got a set on my car right now. He's like, they work great, runs great, got lots of power. He's like, I just want another set for my car here. So I was like, maybe. I was debating giving them away or whatever for like doing a giveaway for YouTube or something like that. But I was like, I'll probably end up selling them because I'm going to do the giveaway for the headers there. Something I'll never use again, probably. Whatever. But that's what I was kind of thinking.
Wrenching an Allen key.
There you go. They're so tight, hey?
Mm-hmm. You didn't Loctite them, did you?
No, I didn't.
Why are they like that?
I don't know. It was like, and I even remember the last time I put them on, I actually ran the thread chaser through them and everything to make sure the threads weren't buggered up or something like that. But it's like, because they're on such an angle, right? Like, look how you're putting it on there.
I see that. I think that's why it's so hard to pull out.
Yeah,
I don't think the threads are buggered.
I don't think so either, but
it's just the angle you have to turn it out at.
Pretty stupid. Terrible design. Maybe Trick Flow will repay me in the future. Send me out a set of LS heads. The best flowing LS heads you have. Tony Angelo just did a dyno. He has like a, I don't know, whatever it is, C5 or C6 Z06 that he bought. Or,
Corvette.
Yeah, Corvette, sorry.
What year was it?
I forget. I think it's like early 2000s, probably like a 03 or something
Like a
that.
C5.
I think it is a C5. I'm pretty sure. And he bought like the MSD thing. He found like a used LS1. They just put heads, freshened it up with a cam. They put like a pretty like mild cam in it, and it made like 490 horse with the carb. So they're actually going to put it in the Corvette with the carburetor on it. Mm. The dyno guy said it's going to make like he said it should run with that particular car. He thought like something like high 10s or mid 10s or something like that.
That's fast.
Yeah, because they were gonna do the EFI to it, right? And the dyno guy was like Grumpy Jenkins' old dyno. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. He's like, I think it runs really good. It's got good power across the curve and everything. He's like, I would throw it in with the carb on it. People are probably flipping noodle because it's got a carb on it.
Probably. I don't know. Some people
think carbs don't work anymore, but
yeah,
they work as good as anything else.
I mean, they used them for however long they did before they stopped using them.
Mm-hmm. It's like the EFI guys are scared of carb, and carb guys are scared of EFI.
Yep.
That's pretty much what it boils down to.
Pull the push rods out.
Yeah. Why is that so tight? Well, that would have been a problem. How is that? What? Oh, that's why that one was like. How?
What's happening?
Dude.
Oh, it's stuck inside of there?
But why would? How would it be binding? That was centered, and that was. Look.
Yeah, I feel that. Some of them are. Oh, that one too.
How?
Oh.
Well, no wonder.
Don't move very good in there.
I guess that was the problem, eh?
Yeah.
Are these thicker? No. Do these go in there? That's weird.
Did you have them mixed up, maybe?
No. Well, I bought these afterwards because I wanted like a different length rod, push rod for it, because I needed it for the intake. Huh. That's interesting.
Some of them are
It's
grabbing
like
on there.
when you put it inside the guide, it's actually binding up. Like it's catching. It's like when you can barely get it to move. So that's probably what was the problem then, or at least some of the problem. I don't know. What do you think? You want to pull the cam, or
yeah?
If we pull the cam, then
first.
we got to remember which lifters go with what. So yeah, let's get the heads off it, and then we'll take a look at the pistons and all that fun stuff, and then we'll see what it looks like. Go from there. All right.
Oh, you're kidding. Really?
Oh, see, that was another problem.
Dude.
See, that's what I was telling you.
I got to pull those out too.
Here we go. So I'll show you what we're talking about here again before we get too far.
Socket to go on it, because the stud is in the way there.
Okay, so if you see that, this is another problem. So when you're trying to torque down, if you look really close at this, it's the same problem with the actual stud. So like
everything's off center, that's the thing.
See, when this is on, you literally can't get a socket on it because it's hitting the head stud. So Trickful, you tell me how you're supposed to torque these down. So I ended up having to do with a wrench because you can't. If you look really, really close,
I see
there,
what you mean.
You literally can't. It's like touching the head bolt.
What?
So you can't get.
What was the thought process?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was really dumb. So the only thing I could think of is if maybe it had the smaller studs, because these are, I think, 7/16. So maybe if you had like 3/8 studs or something like that, maybe that would have helped it. But I mean, they came from the factory like this, so
the chances I can get Grandpa's wrench on it.
Yeah. No.
Oh man.
Here's what we're talking about.
This is a headache. How?
So that's how tight it is.
I mean,
if you look like close, like look at this. Look how like what is even happening here?
How am I supposed to turn the wrench?
I know.
So
I think I had like a 12-point socket I put on there before, and I like tilted it, and you could get like a little bit to grip. I'm pretty sure that's how I did it. So yeah.
Use a vice grip.
Okay, so we're showing you our conundrum here. Again, if you look at this, you see how the head bolt is actually behind the guide plate, so you have to get these studs off to actually get the head bolts out. Like, It's like, I don't know what they were thinking here. All right, round 2. So if you get like an 11/16 socket on it, you get it on like a little bit of an angle.
can, like,
you can
just
catch
gotta
like a couple
find
of the
this
teeth
spot.
because it won't fit right on. It literally won't go down. It hits the head. It hits the head bolt. Ooh, I guess I tightened that one up good enough. Well, they kept falling off. And so, like, again, if anybody's not familiar with this, if you take a close look at this and you look at them, they're, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let me show you. So the whole idea with these trick flow heads here, you can see these studs are on a different angle, and that's because it has like a, I forgot the top of my head. I think it was a 13-degree intake valve and then just a standard exhaust valve, so 23, right? So it was like 13 and 23 or 18 and 23. I think it was 13. Anyways, and that was their claim to power, which did work power-wise, but it didn't work good for anything else design-wise. Oof. It's like, was it? Some of them I didn't retighten if they weren't loose.
Is that the thread lock?
Yeah, well, they had some white stuff on it before I even bought them. So the ones that didn't back themselves on it have probably been on there since like I got the car. But the ones that backed themselves out, I put Loctite on them. So
should I just rip it? Let it rip?
I would just go. I don't know. As long as it's loose, there's enough room to get it off. I wouldn't take it right out. That's good.
Oh,
I'll be able to get
that one though. I can't.
If you loosen it off a little bit, you'll be able, oh.
I couldn't get I need like a 12 point of
because
these.
you can't.
I don't have it.
Get
This
it
is
on
a
there.
6 point.
I see what you're saying.
You gotta find like the sweet spot.
You just gotta tilt it.
I don't think it broke. I don't want to strip that. Fine.
Don't smash your fingers. How is it so tight?
Well, because I'm like pressing down on it because I don't want it to strip.
Want a bigger bar so you can just like leverage it easier.
I could put a breaker bar on it.
Yeah, grab a breaker bar. So again, we can't get the socket straight down on them because you literally hit this one's in a good enough spot. You could probably get it started to break it loose, but it's like it hits the head bolt before you can actually get the socket all the way down on it. So you can't
grab me that adapter on the impact. It's just slipping. Do we have a 12-point one of these somewhere? Probably in there.
Yeah, that was kind of a great place to sell all of our stuff here. We will return to your regular scheduled programming in a minute here.
Commercial.
Some of these are like super tight in there, but like I know some of them I Loctite because they kept backing themselves off for some reason or another, but they're like super hard to get on. So if you can't get a good bite on them, it doesn't.
It's because of the way the bolt is, I think. That's what's making it.
If the bolt on the head is like lined up with the point, whereas like the actual head stud, it's like a problem. So it's probably in this kit. Put that one back. We'll pull this other one up. We got the one at the bottom here too. Just put that back on the shelf so we can like.
There's that one.
We're back again. Oh man.
2 out of 4.
This should not be this difficult, and this is what I'm talking about. So like every time you want to make an adjustment or try to like adjust the check the valve lash or anything, you can't because it's just like there's no.
Hold the stand.
Okay.
I got it. Got it. Yeah, buddy.
Okay, so do they all need to actually come fully out, or?
Yeah, they're all. I broke all of them loose now.
Okay.
Just need to get this off.
So once we get the guide plates, at least one of them out, we can turn. Aww. We can turn the guide plate. Dude, what are the chances of that?
My arm's stuck. Come on.
Organization at its best here at TK's Garage.
Come on. There we go.
Yep. Did it? Or did it strip? Oh no.
I think so.
Did it turn?
No.
No.
Just gonna strip it more. Crap. Why is there water coming out of it?
Because there's water jackets and some.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Something underneath it or what?
Yeah, probably.
Just shouldn't. Man, that's funny. There'd be even really anything left in it because we had it upside down already.
I don't even have anything to. You can't get on this one sideways with a wrench.
No. It'll be so tight too to end up stripping it.
Mm. Just shot oil in my face.
Oh man.
Well, this head can come off.
I want it to turn. I don't want to bend these guide plates. You don't make these guide plates anymore either. So if you wreck them, you can't use these heads. So dumb. See if you can just like crack this a little bit enough to like turn it so that the socket will get in there.
What?
Like the bolt. You know what I mean? Because it's like
Yeah,
just
but that,
in the perfect
that bolt
spot.
is like different size. It's like 1/2 inch or something.
Lined up perfectly.
Oh crap!
Oops, sorry.
Oh, I like it better with the impact.
Okay, well, you probably won't. Oh, you can go a little farther now, I guess. Let me see. Which one?
I guess.
Yeah.
You ever?
Why are you using the small size? You're gonna end up breaking your adapter.
Well, we didn't have any bigger 1/2 inches, did we?
Oh, we should. I have the impact ones in my truck, I guess.
Right here.
There you go.
Holy cow. Okay, this head should come out now. I believe so. Where are we gonna put it? No, this is nice catching. We just. Where's that pan?
I have no idea.
It's under my truck.
All right.
Just gotta pull up on it. Oh.
Miss him?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, smart.
I was like, that seems a little too tight for it to not be moving.
Where's that? 5/8. 5/8. Oh, that's why. I need an extension.
All right, I'm going to throw the fan on now because I'm getting hot. Time to get cooled off. Might get loud, so we'll see if this keeps working or not. Ah, mucho grande.
Okay. See how it sounds on the mics?
Yeah, probably loud. Nope. Oh, good thing you put that there. I did not expect there to be that much there. Huh. Interesting.
Well, where am I going to put this thing?
Well, everything looks good on that part of it. Yeah, just set it there for now. Pistons don't even look like they're hardly used yet. So maybe he didn't
say
really
if you can feel it
drive
with
it
your
that much.
fingernails, it's bad. So that's
There's no scratching though, is there?
no.
No, this is
It's
still
crotch.
the cross hatching it.
They say as long as if you can't feel anything with your fingernails, it's good.
The only thing I worried about was the tension gone out of the rings or something like that. Like if he got it hot or something.
Which we can do like you can fill it up and see if it leaks down.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Could. We don't have a leak down tester though, or do they rent them?
You can just fill it up though and let it sit.
Well, it's going to leak down some.
I guess
You won't
so.
know without a leak down tester.
No, we sell them or rent them.
But you'd have to have the heads on.
Oh, I guess so. They're probably fine. I'd take a chance.
Okay. Grab some rags, let's wipe this out so it doesn't sit here with antifreeze. Tip her a little so you can get some more. How does it still have antifreeze in it? I swear we had this thing upside down already.
No, we didn't.
We didn't?
No, not this. We can, once we get that head off, we can turn the crank over and look at the whole thing. Looks good though.
Yeah.
Looks really good actually.
Yeah, I think it was the heads that was the problem.
Bottom end looks fine to me.
Possibly the cam.
We can pull the cam. I mean, I don't think cams are that expensive. The only thing is breaking it in.
Roller cam would be the better solution, but they're like $1,000.
Yeah.
Versus like 200. We want more, right?
Well, how are we gonna get this one out?
I guess I'm looking at it though. Like, is this just from it?
Why
is there so much oil in there?
Should we move it?
So I'll show you here. So we pulled the heads off, spilled a little antifreeze here, no big deal. But you can still see if you look closer, it's still got the cross hatching. That's just a little bit from us spilling antifreeze. You can't feel it
at all. Run your fingernail on it, it's smooth.
But was this from us? That's what I was wondering. Was there oil on the piston from us already, or was that just because
it might have been from us?
Something else, but yeah, but they look good. They don't even hardly actually look used, so there's nothing weird on the cylinder walls or anything. We'll probably rotate it over afterwards just to see, but
I'm scared of this one, the way the rod was going, how this cylinder looks, but it should be fine.
Yeah. But anyways, we're going to try to get this other head off now. Alright, so we're going to try to figure out how to get this other head bolt off of here. This stud, we still can't get this stud out, so try a couple different ideas here. If you had a 1/2-inch socket on there, that would probably be the solution. With the breaker bar, then you could put.
It's not the leverage that's the problem; it's that it's trying to slip.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if one of us holds it down and then the other person just kind of presses it. So, see if we got like a.
Oh, right here. Oh, that's.
Nope. Oh.
Hit it with the hammer. Yes.
When it goes to turn, though, is it gonna?
Probably, but if we can break it loose and then get it off, how? Try it out.
Well, it'd be super hard to get off. I don't know. Give her a go, I guess. Tighter than the other one was. I just threw an 18 millimeter on there just to see, but we'll see if that does it or not. Whew. I don't usually use these mics, so I check them every once in a while because I don't know how long the battery lasts. I never use them for this long videos normally, but.
Oh crap!
You got your adapter with the big breaker on it.
Just gotta get.
There you go. Oh yeah, there you go. Nice. Take it off before you take it right out, because otherwise it'll be tight on there. Oh. There.
Maybe they were 18 the whole time. Could have been the problem. That would have been weird though.
No, I don't think so. They're loose on there.
I might as well take this one off while we have all of them off.
Oh, sorry. All right. We'll let the next guy figure out the guide plates compared to the LS Mini starters.
What'd you say?
So this starter just looks massive compared to the LS Mini starters. All right, still working on trying to get this head off of here. And then we'll decide what to do. Make sure if you guys ever pull lifters out that you make sure they go back where they came from, because they're matched. Once the cam's broken in, they're matched to that lobe on the cam. So
there's a lot of metal inside this head. Oh.
Like that. But I think that's just from the rockers when they were like coming loose like that. It wouldn't take very long if it ran for 5 minutes. You
can't
see
get
like a couple
can't get
of
a
them.
socket on it.
Really? That's weird.
Such a different. Is this the mysterious size?
It's like,
knock it in with a hammer.
I don't know.
Where's that rubber mallet?
It's like not even trying to go on there. It doesn't even.
They're just kind of bounce on it. slipping on?
I don't think so. Hang on.
That's weird.
That is weird. Oh, it went on a little bit.
It's like on an angle.
It's like something in there, like hanging it up. There, you can probably try to get it. No, it's actually
What size is that?
5/8. Oh, it's like half-inch me.
It's
It's like something's on the backside of the thing hanging it up, eh? Is there like a piece of something broken there? Let me grab a before we end up stripping it here, let me grab a pick or something, because it looks like something's actually like in there. See?
Oh. What the heck?
Oh, there's like a chunk of metal in there. What? Oh,
It's a keyway.
dude.
Isn't that what
No,
that is?
you know what
Looks
it
like a
is?
key.
It's a freaking. This is my fault. I could probably take the blame for this one.
What happened?
When I first put these heads on, I was trying to use the factory rockers because I was trying to get to the racetrack.
Yeah.
And they were like wrong, and I had to use a shim in it, and I used like a. I used what the heck?
Here.
Got a magnet? No.
Oh, got him.
Grab it.
Right there. What is that?
Yeah, pretty sure it was a chunk of.
It's like a washer. It looks like washer material.
It was, yeah. It was like a washer I was using as a spacer. That was a long time ago, though.
Yeah, just
No. Put your finger under there.
where?
It's like you're gonna come out there. Oh no.
I think it already fell.
No, it's right
No,
there.
it's right there. And it'll come off when we pull the head off. Here.
What is that?
It's right there.
What is it,
Get
though?
it. Get it?
No, just push it down.
Don't let it fall in. Literally right there.
What the heck is that? It's like dirt. It's like one of those mud hen things. It was like building something in there or what? Well, anyways, finding surprises here today. We found a chunk of like flat washer. It looked like it broke or something.
Some hillbilly.
Yeah, some hillbilly put this motor together in a rush. Anyways,
There we go.
yeah. Whoops. Lesson learned. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it was. That's what it looked like. You didn't get them all threaded up. Oh yeah, there you go.
There's oil in it.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was like the valves weren't closing all the way. That wasn't from us.
No, that was not from us.
That's why it's probably running like crap too. What do the spark plugs look like in it?
I don't know.
Just like flip it upside down and you can see.
Oh, the spark plug's still in them?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, it's not. You're right.
I thought we pulled them already.
Yeah, I guess we did. Well, anyways, I'll move this out of the way. I'll set this on the floor. All right, well, we're gonna make an attempt at actually trying to flip this thing over. Not sure. You think we should tip it a little bit, maybe? Not.
Should we turn the crank over and just look at them real quick?
What are we
All it takes
looking
is
at?
that. I don't know, just inside the cylinders.
I don't think there's much to see, honestly. There is oil on the cylinders here, though. That makes me think. I don't really know. I don't know why there'd be oil up here. That's kind
Need
of
extension.
There's like oil resting on the valve reliefs, which is strange. That shouldn't be the case, but I can't see how that'd be coming past the pistons. It would have to be like something pretty catastrophic. You can see a couple times where the valve looks like it actually touched the piston just a little tiny bit. See that?
Oh yeah, that's the valve mode.
Yeah. I wonder if that was just when they weren't like set up right.
Timing probably.
Well, I wonder if it was just the valves like were getting slammed open and closed because of how it was set up there.
I don't know, looks good to me.
Yeah. It's weird when it's coming up, it's pushing oil to the top like that.
Think the oil rings are bad? I think it's just rubbing it from the side. I believe this thing still has coolant in it. Looks good to me though.
I don't know. So we either leave it, put a top end on it, and hope for the best, or
Should we pull the cam or?
I don't know. Once
we
we
pull
pull
the
it, then we
cam,
gotta
then-
get organized here to make sure that we actually
Yeah.
have everything together. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. I find that flashlight. If you can see down here, if you look, start at this end or whatever, and just work your way over, and you can see like the actual.
Here, I'll turn it over. You want to look at it?
Let me find the ones that I think were like the questionable ones here. I mean, I don't know. They don't. Usually, you can really tell it would be like destroyed, but I guess if you rotate it, let me watch one at a time, like a full rotation. Okay. Yeah. So usually where you'll see it the most is like right at the top because it'll wear the high side off, right?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, let me see here. Okay, go this one.
Ready?
Yep. Okay, wait until. Yep. Hang on a second. So let me check the ones that are on the high side right now. You go a little farther.
Right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you think maybe the cam had too much lift for it?
No. The thing had 510 springs in it.
It's not like
This
they're
is only a
floating or anything.
490. Just go all the way around. I just want to watch them one at a time and make sure each one's actually fully opening. Then I'll know if it looks like it's not opening, that one is wiped or something. But open. These two opened already.
No, it's not opening.
This one's.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't.
Let me start it real quick.
Okay, that one.
Yeah.
That one. That one.
America.
That one. That one. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Just taking a look at them here.
Oh, hey, there you are. Who are you talking to?
Just talking to myself over there. I was just checking to make sure the top of the cam lobes here were good. There was a couple that it's hard to tell. Like they look like a tiny little bit of like they got like a little bit warm. So like, let's just pull. We'll do one here just to see. It's like, and you can usually tell because it'll be like pretty beat up, right? And these have to be able to
see
spin.
the lobe
So
that
like,
way too.
yeah, we can do one at a
We
time.
can do. I'm gonna grab the breaker bar again.
Yeah. So like, you can kind of tell this is a fairly aggressive ramp cam because of how pointed it is at the top
Grab
and like
that
really
one.
quick. Like, hang on there. So we're just gonna.
Didn't you just change some of these?
I think I changed them all. So like, we're just checking them to see, but I don't know. You probably can't see on the camera, but like they all look good yet, and they're not.
I mean, you could tell if it was. It's
I
pretty
think
smooth still.
they're supposed to have like a bit of a hump, they say, but I've never been able to tell just to look at them. I don't know, maybe somebody that does this all day long can, but to me it looks okay. Hang on here. We better fit a magnet. What's up, Lita? I said, what's up? Oh, they look okay. Let me see.
Looks fine to me.
Yeah?
Go back a bit. That way.
No. Well, it doesn't matter, but
Yeah, it looks fine.
yeah.
I'd
As
say
long
the
as
camera's fine.
the peak is still on them and they're not all scored up or whatever.
I think it's all
good.
fine.
I think so too. So I think we're going to take a chance and probably just run this cam.
Run the cam. The
Then
bottom
we know
end
for
looks,
sure that the lifter is already broken into it.
bottom
So-
end is fine for sure.
Yeah.
Like these look brand new still. You can see the cross hatching on them. See that?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't. Make sure our fingers are clean when we're like putting them back in and stuff here, I suppose. Yeah. Anyways, I don't go back on this one again.
Which way?
Just so it's at the top again. Oh, backwards. I guess that's it. Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't know. It looks okay to me. I mean, on your truck, I guess you got enough room. We could always put a cam in it if we had to, but like while it's in the truck.
Just pull the front end out.
Yeah, really.
Like the radiator.
The radiator and stuff. Yeah.
I think it's
but
fine
I
though.
think it's okay too.
So
they're all opening if you look at them. I mean, I don't know the technical way to do this, but if you look at them, they're all coming up. It's not like one's not opening or something like that.
should we paint the block?
I mean, wouldn't hurt probably. Oh, you're gonna degrease it now. I should have done that before, I suppose. Tape off the top, I guess.
Should I take the head gasket off?
Clean it.
So you get pressure washed almost.
Oh yeah, you can take this off. And if you want to save the number,
Why is there like paper on it?
take a picture of the number so you don't forget what it is. Probably gonna end up using the same head gasket, I'd assume.
Did you put these on?
That?
Yeah.
What is that?
Like plastic.
Nope.
I wonder if that's why it was leaking.
Maybe. That's weird. Clean all these holes and scrape all this stuff off.
Yeah, see?
Huh. That's weird. Probably have a scraper here. All right, we're just gonna clean it up a little bit here. I wouldn't take any engine building advice from me, but we're just average guys here trying to figure things out as we go. I used to know a lot more of this stuff, but I haven't worked on
I don't
like
even know what
engine
picture,
stuff.
what numbers I need. All of them?
It'd be like the 1003 Velcro.
Yeah, I got that.
Yep, that's all you need.
Oh, they're the same on both sides.
Yep. So.
Were these new head gaskets when you put them on?
Yep. If a person does this stuff all the time, you start to remember a lot more. Like when I was constantly pulling the engine apart for different things, you just kind of start to remember things. But when you don't do it for like a decade, you kind of start to tend to forget.
Just needs heads.
Just needs heads, yep.
Should just find a cheap Vortex set. But those are set for roller cam, aren't they?
This would probably have too much compression for those.
I think so.
Yeah. Because they're
So you think you need like
because they're iron, right? Too. I've seen a couple of cheap sets online there, but even if they were just like a knockoff
69
set,
cc chamber or whatever?
this probably would be like
64.
If they were aluminums, you could probably do like 64s, but if you wanted to be a little happier, probably, because I think that's like,
A little bit too much.
yeah, and regular pump gas, I guess. I don't know. Unless you ran 85, I guess, but if it was like just under 10, it would be happier, probably.
If I could just run premium, that wouldn't be too big of a deal. You have to clean these pistons. Are they fine?
I think they're fine.
Oh, yeah. 0.20 over. That's what they say on them.
Yep.
Actually has a part number on them, it looks like.
Yep. It took me forever when I blew it up the one time there to
Find them.
pistons for it, because 20 over 400s are like so freaking hard to find.
Bottom end looks really good. I'm actually impressed.
So I guess like the only thing is if we wanted to, we could re-gasket it, or we could pull the bottom to just check the crank bearings, but
I think crank bearings are fine.
Yeah, I don't.
You'd feel it too when I was turning it over.
And we drove it too, like it ran.
I think the bottom end is completely fine. I'll take a chance on that.
Yeah, I think so too. If it was something unknown, we might, whatever, but
You know what
the
it
guy
is.
claimed he didn't really drive it, and I don't think he drove it much because still looks internally about the same. They just messed around with a bunch of external stuff, probably trying to get it dialed in better because of those stupid heads, which wasn't really his fault.
I guess.
And the overheating thing was probably because the timing would never be right because of all the issues with the valves. So
just take the starter off and then tape this up real good, and we could probably clean it.
yeah.
Get a nice red Chevy block.
Yeah. I don't know if it would need like an oil pan gasket and stuff like that. Like, it's up to you, I guess. If I had a good oil pan for it, I would change the oil pan because I know this one was dented. But
I could always order a chrome one.
I feel like one of the seals is leaking. Here, look, you can see the rear main seal is leaking. So I think
Change that while it's out.
probably be.
I would definitely change that. I hate rear main leaks.
Mm-hmm. And you can see it's leaking pretty good. So.
Oh, that sucks. You dropped a little bit of gasket in there. Isn't that where the oil pump is on these things? I guess we don't even have to pull the balancer at all.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere with this thing here. We're just trying to get a little bit of gasket down there. Won't hurt anything, but it'll probably get caught in the freaking oil pickup. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Got it.
Starve it of oil.
Yeah.
One little piece of silicone. Probably would happen too.
Yeah, probably. All right, so, but yeah, we ran it through checked all the cam and the lifters and everything seems okay. So I feel like we can probably run this thing safely. So he's probably going to clean it up, tape it up.
I've got intake carb, just needs heads.
Yeah.
I got headers. Got some purple horny sitting on the shelf.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So, all right, we're gonna rotate this.
Yeah. Cool.
I mean, it could have been, who knows, sitting around or whatever.
Where's that scraper?
It's always had antifreeze in it, so I put it back in the scraper shelf here. So, I'm gonna rotate this thing once. Yeah. I wish I had one of the fancy things. I'm gonna let you do this actually.
Oh.
I'll help you. Just go slow here, I'll help you so it doesn't get away on you, because once you start turning it, sometimes it'll want to take off. All right, hang on, we'll give her a little tilt here. Try to get this in there. Try to actually not make a huge mess for once. Ooh. Oh. What are the chances it's actually coming out this part and not spilling all over everything? That would have been a lot on the floor. Oh, wait, we can't.
Oh,
I've made this mistake before.
Oh, don't do that. That was a good catch.
Learn from us here. We were just talking here about like if you could use the flex plate or not. And so if you're not familiar with 400s here, the 400s, they're balanced externally. So the front balancer and the flex plate, if you look at the 400 flex plate, they've got like a gigantic weight on them. Which, where is it on this one? See it or not? Yeah, it's on the inside, but I would show you guys, but you can't really see it. But it's like a huge weight, and you'll see it, and that's because they balance it. So like as they balance the rotating assembly, they balance it against the flex plate. So on the like a 350 or something, they're internally balanced. So they're balanced with the rotating assembly to the inside, however they put the weights on them or whatever. But these are on the outside, so I guess we'll take the starter off. Might as well do that, right?
Yeah, size of it.
Take the starter off, and then we're thinking we need a way to organize the lifters here, so we don't want to get them mixed up or we will have problems. So we'll probably figure out some cardboard or something to do that with, and then yeah, go from there, I guess. Again, tub of towels. You should sponsor me.
Please.
I use so many of these. You see, every like 5 minutes, I'm grabbing one out of here, and they work so good. Like my hands aren't even really dirty right now, but I hate like, touching everything with like dirty, grimy hands or whatever. So it's like, if you've never used these things, they're crazy. Like I've got some like orange towels there, and they're good for the just like cleaning, like or whatever. But they don't like, they won't get off like grease and stuff off your hands like these, which is interesting. But so yeah, I use lots of them. So we're going to pull the starter off this thing. Nothing too exciting here, but yeah, see what we can do and figure out, I guess, where to put the lifters into something here. So we'll come back to that. All right, we're just making a couple containers to hold the lifters and mark them so that we don't mix them up or whatever. Just make sure you keep it clean. It would be better if we had like wafer board, or I used to have a plastic container, but I don't think I brought it to this garage yet because we have so much stuff in storage still. But we're just making do with what we got here. So we're gonna just cut a couple holes in some styrofoam here, and then mark them and take them out and put them in place there. I was just laughing. We're looking for a magnet, and I have this magnet. My cousin Sean had this magnet when he was like probably like 5, and we were like, it had the same string on it, as a matter of fact. We were at his dad's shop there. We were like, he was like trying to like drop it inside the grate and see if there was like any change or anything in the grate and pulling it out. It makes me laugh that I still have it. Okay, so let's make sure this is all good here. Make sure this is clean so that when we go to pull them out of here,
there.
Good.
I think this is foolproof.
You're getting
See?
stuff in the engine, you know?
Crap.
Yeah, that's why I told you to do it outside.
Okay, this is
That was just a note there. Make sure that when you're like working on engines like this, you keep everything spotless, because if you don't, your engine's not going to last very long. Okay, so we'll use the magnet and we'll pull one out at a time. Yep. Styrofoam route probably wasn't the right thing for this. Probably should have used cardboard, but we'll make it work. As long as it doesn't get inside the lifter bores here, because that would be a problem.
Inside where?
Inside the actual lifter on the top.
I won't go that deep in it.
Pull one out at a time here, and then we can rotate the engine over, because I'm probably going to just re-gasket it. I think a gasket kit's probably only like $80 for these things or something like that, so nothing crazy expensive, but well, it's a part, we might as well just re-gasket it. I know that this whole like the pan and stuff doesn't fit very great on this thing. It's kind of dented up and stuff. It was like that since the first time it was built, but okay, one side. Put them somewhere clean.
I think that's pretty foolproof, right? You can't mix that up.
What'd you put there?
Bouncer, value exhaust on that side.
Yeah.
Because you can't do it that way. Okay. Where are we going to put this?
I don't know. Just wherever for now. You can set it on my car or whatever you need to do for now, but we'll set it somewhere clean afterwards. Okay, gonna make one more then?
Yeah.
All right. All right, we're gonna make one more of those and then pull the other ones, and we'll come back to this. All right, starting to pull more out here. So we just got them marked front balancer side and then rear flex plate side, and then we just put them in order. Just using the same magnet here to pull them out again. Put them in place and then put them someplace clean, because you don't want them getting like dirt and stuff in them. So we'll probably put them in a bag or something like that.
Oh, that's not going to hold.
And they have to go back in the same bores. That's why we're doing this. So if you guys are wondering, they're mated to the cam once the cam breaks in, especially on like a older generation where they don't have the roller cams, hydraulic flat tappet or whatever. That's why we're doing this. So keep yanking some more out here. He's making a couple adjustments to the holes there. But yeah, re-gasket it, and then we can paint it, clean it up a little bit or whatever, make it look a little bit better. So might as well, if it's going to go in his truck, we'll paint it Chevy orange or whatever he wants. This engine's a 509 block, so that's like the high nickel. It's a 400 small block, 20 over It's a 509 block, so it's like the high nickel, but it's a 2-bolt main. So they were stronger than the 4 bolts, basically stock. And then if they got splayed mains, which you could add that, right? Then that would make them like really strong. But I never did that because even right now, this engine would probably, with a good set of heads, it might make a little over 400, probably I don't know, maybe like 425 with this cam in it. I don't think it would make a whole bunch more than that probably. But it still just drives like, it doesn't even have any chop to the cam hardly, unless it's like idled way down. I shouldn't say no chop, but it's not too
drivable.
much. It drives just like a stock engine, like really.
Ah, crap.
All right, there you have it. Those are out of there. Thanks for the magnet, Sean. Oh man,
That was almost brutal.
he's like, we would have rolled it over and we would have dropped them out. We would have been watching back the video and trying to be like, hey, let's see if that one goes into that bore and this one into that bore. All right, we're gonna try to roll it over and get some more of the antifreeze out here. It's probably gonna be, oh, hang on here. Shut the fan off.
Ow.
Not make as much of a mess as possible here. It's probably gonna leak all the way. Probably do this, it'd be smarter.
Ready?
A little bit. Just go slow though, because otherwise it's gonna come out all of them.
That was slow.
Just keep it on the end ones. Make sure you take all your used antifreeze over to O'Reilly's Auto Parts and return it with your used oil mixed in with it. They love it.
we say no. Green for O'Reilly's.
Okay. Oh.
A lot of coolant in this sucker.
There's a lot of coolant in it. Well, I mean, at least it's got coolant, I guess.
Fair enough. Ready?
Sure. That's crazy. I would have not thought there was that much in there. Did any come out when you pulled the water off?
No, not really.
I guess it's just what's in the bottom end.
There was some inside the water pump itself.
That'll probably splash once it's over. I was mentioning earlier, I don't know if you guys caught that, but like they make like, I saw it, I'm pretty sure I saw it on Tony Angelo's channel when they were building the engine stand has like a pan basically that, ooh, there's oil. Oh, because it's still got oil in the pan. Crap, okay, rotate it back. We're learning here, Okay. Part deuce to
We're
this.
gonna have oil coming out of here. I guess I like it.
Okay. Here's the plan. Now,
yes,
we're gonna go right into the pail and make. Hang on.
Look at
does
that.
That thing have 5 quarts of space in it? Yeah, maybe.
It's like halfway.
All right.
3/4.
We'll venture that.
We'll figure it out.
Venture that it's gonna fit into there.
This is the plan.
All right.
Oh, this is genius.
Let's crack it first, and then
never had a better idea. 9/16.
I don't remember. It's like 14 millimeter.
14.
Yeah, it's something weird.
You have 14 millimeter wrench?
I do. Let me put some of these away. See if that one. It's either 14 or 15. I think it's actually 15 now I'm thinking about it. Oh, 14? No. Yeah. Got you the world's shortest wrench.
Wait. Which way did it go?
Towards me. Counterclockwise.
Not very tight anyways.
Changing oil for dummies. Don't drop that into the 5-gallon pail.
That would be awesome.
I foresee this going extremely well.
Oh, this is legendary.
Oh man, we're making so many mistakes. So this is what happens when you don't build engines for a living or whatever. I knew the oil was in here too. I was thinking about it for like the last 2 months while this engine was just chilling in here. But of course, the day we actually got to do it. Well, it looks actually fairly surprisingly clean.
Oh yeah, that's really clean.
It looked dirty when I was like
That's
in the
pretty
top,
clean.
but
Look at
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's because you didn't
That's
use
good.
it.
Ever done an oil change into a 5-gallon pail like this?
No, I haven't. Matter of factly.
Actually, I think
Good day for something new.
I don't think you've used that oil for like maybe.
I should tip it that way a little bit. I can get
No,
it
you
like
gotta
fully
crank
out.
you gotta crack the fill plug. Oh, that was too far.
Was it? Oh, is it spilling off?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was fine where it was.
I want to get it all out though.
Uh,
It's probably not gonna fully come out. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, that would probably be as good as it's gonna get. It's probably still gonna leak when we flip it over.
You smell sweaty.
I am sweaty.
How long does it smell like it?
Ho, ho, ho.
that's a good one.
You sure got us.
I like falling asleep.
Is it?
Cool. That just means
You have to hold it for it to stay in there, or
Oh, I mean, I can let go, but like,
couldn't you have turned the pail?
not the worst idea.
There you go. We're gonna let this drain. We'll come back to this. Okay, round 3, trying this debacle again. Let's shut the fan off before we do this again.
We went to turn it over, and all the lifters were gonna come out. So then we shoved them in styrofoam.
And then we remembered there was still oil in the engine.
Just a couple of steps in.
Probably not much left in it
I don't
anyways.
think so. It's like 3/4 of the way over already. You can go a little more.
Oop, this is where.
Yeah, it's gonna be where it gets hard to turn. There.
It's gonna come out the top.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. That's always happens. That's usually what gets me. I always forget about it.
It's gonna come out here.
It's coming out the water pump. That's funny. It's not coming out the other water pump jacket yet.
It's gonna come out of these pockets here. If I go any farther.
Is it?
Yeah. Let it rip.
We'll sit
It's
there.
gonna go everywhere.
Just go a little bit more. How is there so much on that side?
Oh,
Do we turn it the other way?
oh.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, why didn't we think of that? Yeah, do that.
That's funny that it wouldn't just come across like that though. Lots of gasket glue on that side.
Yep.
Oh, hang on. Okay. Seems like there's a lot on this side too yet. Okay. Holy cow, there's still tons left apparently. Slow.
Think we need a bigger pan?
I think so.
Oh, it's not full yet. That was a lot. That was way more than I thought there'd be in there.
There's
Oh,
still a
man.
lot more in there.
It's just getting covered here.
That's funny.
Taking a shower.
Antifreeze shower.
It's just ethylene glycol.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's just about
Just
it.
a
It's probably
little
gonna come
more.
out the, I was gonna say, if anything, it's gonna probably come out the water pump here.
This is where it gets caught up. Oh crap, my hands are slipping.
You got it.
Hang on. I get a better grip.
Oh, oh no!
Oh, party Sally.
Yeah. Hang on. Help you spin it from the top here.
That's making a mess of the water.
Okay. You realize there was
Making
Drop,
mess for-
drop. the
antifreeze
whole
on
thing.
both halves here.
Ooh.
What was that all weird?
What it?
What? Did it
Act like it
turn?
was about to fall
I know,
out.
that's what I thought was about to happen. I was like, dude, I do not want that on my toes.
Oh well.
What spun there?
I guess those weren't tight all the way. It kind of just moved the arms a bit.
That was sketchy.
Where's the pin?
What's your finger?
I have no idea.
Oh, black. Oh, yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
It's kind of a crappy stand because most of the time they have like spots you can stop it at like a quarter. All right, we decided we're gonna pull the oil pan off this thing, so it's like leaking. It looks like the front and rear main seal might be leaking here, so break it down and clean it up.
Really? Why are these all different sizes?
Shouldn't be. Just the. Oh, that's just because it's like a. One of these is. One of them's like a stud for holding something on. I forget. I think it was like for the transmission dipstick line, like from the factory.
Those ones are bigger, like
The
half
front ones
inch.
are always bigger. The front and the back.
This thing feels weak.
Because you need them.
Grab your metal in there and put all the bolts. You gonna remember where these all go?
Probably not. Probably ordering more oil pan bolts sooner than later.
Once you get it started, it'll go. But
Where's a flat? Did you get it, for instance?
Just tap it in a little bit. There you
Yeah,
go.
now. Just have it.
can you get new steel oil pans from
Yeah.
O'Reilly's?
Yeah.
Might be worth changing it, maybe. It is pretty beat up. Plus, then you know for sure it's like square and straight.
See if you can pull it up there.
Press up on it.
You're gonna bend that so bad.
I'm gonna change it anyways.
Are y'all?
Yeah, but don't you want to nick up the block
Are
either?
y'all putting a different one on it?
Maybe. I don't.
Maybe.
Whatever he wants. It's his money.
Yeah, harder.
There we go.
Up?
Yeah. There.
Looks brand new in here.
What? End of the dipstick?
The dipstick broke.
What?
Where's the dipstick?
Look at that. The end of the dipstick in the bottom of the oil pan. How dirty that is, though. It's weird because the oil is super clean.
Is it?
How would that get broken like that?
He's like, there's no oil in this thing.
That's weird.
Huh. Maybe that was why there was so much extra oil.
Ah.
That
Well, no.
makes a lot of
What
sense.
is that? Is it still on there?
No, it's not. Well, it's there, but it's like.
I almost think this is the wrong dipstick for this one. That's
Look,
weird.
I guess where it says full,
It
still works.
Made in China. How could that have happened?
This thing looks brand new though.
Well, like I said, it should only have
Get that,
a couple hundred miles on it.
Where'd that breaker bird go?
Why is the pan so freaking dirty like that, though?
I know that's what I was looking at.
Where'd my half-inch extension go?
So, like, the oil was clean, but you guys can see, like, it's just like sludge at the bottom.
No.
It's hard to tell here, but that could have been just like a little bit from when the rockers were kind of banging around in there. Interesting.
Where'd you put that half-inch extension? Oh, here it is.
It's pretty black. Interesting.
You can look at the cam lobes this way too.
I'll grab the flashlight here.
Look at the bottom side of the cylinders. It's brand new in there still.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
that
about
cam looks
you.
fine. Oh yeah.
This thing is fine. The bottom end is fine.
There's just like some weird casting in that camshaft or something like that. It's not like
Like right here.
rigid. No. Well, this is the crank.
Oh, you said the cam.
I mean, like I said, if we really were concerned, we could pull it off. There's nothing in the screen for the oil pump or anything like that.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. I would say I
You
agree.
pump these water pump bolts back in.
Like if we just put at least this half of the gasket on and all of, like the new oil pan gasket, you can't really see anything. Like you can see where the oil was coming through, right?
Yeah.
This is all sealed, but maybe up here, silicone in there, and it was just leaking by that or something. No, I don't need that.
I found your half-inch socket.
You did? Hmm. Okay.
Oh, Ken gave me a high volume oil pump for that freaking dump truck, dude.
Why?
Because he's Ken. Because he knows what's best. I was like, bro, I can't use this.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems okay. I mean, there's nothing in the pickup. You'd see it plain as day, so. Our new helper is complaining about our dollar store scraper here.
Yeah.
Worked fine for me on my side.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, you can see it's all going in the engine.
Yeah.
Probably use it better than him.
I bet you could.
But I
Good. Your princess.
could.
Where's your trash?
Over there.
They're just scraping the gaskets off here for the oil pan, and
I ain't a helper. This
whatever.
is free labor.
hey, look, it's still got
That's what
the.
a helper is, buddy.
It has like writing on here from like torque mated or torque something written on there. That means that would have been from when the. Oh no, that would have been when Bell Engines in Edmonton did it last time. You guys are so precise.
What?
Cleaning it up and stuff.
I don't like things leaking.
I know that, but I was
don't
just.
like
I
leaving
don't like
that
things
old
in my engine either. But it's not mine. So. Gaskets are pretty brittle already, but I don't know. I guess it's been a while.
10 years.
No, not quite. 2018. We went into that Bell engine in Edmonton. I mean, it was like you could literally eat off the floor. It was so clean in there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
I wish at the time I would have. I wish I would have let them assemble like with the heads and everything and let them deal with the stupidity. And I probably would have never had to pull it apart again. Or else they'd have been like, holy cow, this is the stupidest head I've ever seen in my life. Buy a different set. I don't know. I think it'll be alright. You could get piston rings, but then we'd have to fully pull it apart.
I don't feel like getting piston rings. I think it's fine.
Sounds like a lot of work.
For no reason.
Who does that?
Depends if they seal or not, I guess.
Yeah, it'll be alright.
If it doesn't seal, I'm going to be taking the 350 that's in it right now and just stroking it and putting it in.
I guess once that's out, you can start working on getting
Exactly.
that assembled, and then
So
even
this
if you
thing
put it
doesn't
in
have to be
something else
perfect.
down the road, and if it's not, then whatever. But
Well, oil pan. Guess I'd get a gasket kit too.
yeah,
I just sold a 400 gasket kit the other day.
did you?
Yeah.
They're not that expensive.
No, they're not. It's like $80 without our name on it.
Without our name? You mean your name?
Without my name.
Yeah, they don't care about me, buddy.
And they never did.
Where'd that?
Ooh.
Oh, there it is.
You're like, that hurt me right in the one feeler.
My feelings. I think I almost felt.
Once the pan and everything's back on, we can like clean it off really good. Some brake clean or whatever, and then paint it. And then I think it'll be good if we put those seals on it at least. Because the other seal would be
Who are
like,
you gonna paint it?
Red.
I knew. Who could have guessed?
could we do the other seal on the stand? I don't know. I don't know. I know there's another seal underneath here too.
That'll be the first
I
one.
think
to leave.
that's actually the rear main here. This is just part of the oil pan. The actual rear main.
That's for
Yeah.
a 2-piece. Is it a 2-piece?
No.
It would be if it was a 2-piece. Otherwise, then it would be right there.
I'm like 99% sure it's under there. They didn't have 2 pieces in these years though. Wasn't it? Was the early ones a 2-piece? I forget now. The early were 2-piece, and then the one later's a 1-piece. So I guess it was 2-piece. I don't remember.
I'm gonna polish this thing. My brother has been bothering me all day.
For what?
I don't know. He knows I'm upset, so he's been trying to cheer me up. I'm like, dude, just leave me alone. I don't want to hang out with you.
What's wrong with you?
Me?
Yeah. What are you so upset about? Lady problems, I suppose?
Sure.
It's always lady problems at that age.
No lady problems.
No lady problems because you have no lady?
Yeah.
Oh, is that your lady problem?
Yeah.
See?
See, easy.
I never feel bad when young people get together and then break up. Just in case for the future, if I'm dead, remember that this crank is turned if you ever had to put bearings in it. It was turned 010 because it was needing to be turned when I first built it. That would be the bearings you'd need.
He's like, just in case I'm dead or something.
You never know, man. You never know.
You never know what them 6.0s can get to you. The power.
Especially when you throw a turbo on it.
You want to go out like Paul Walker.
All right, we'll have to clean it up better, but
Grab some brake cleaner and just spray it down.
I think that's probably going to be as far as we get until you get an oil pan and
I think we should cover it with something, though.
Yeah.
we can clean the oil pan and put it back on or something.
Wish we had our parts washer.
That's why you got like a whole giant case of brake clean.
I know. Break into the stash.
Uh-oh.
All right, guys, so you can see we kind of just threw the pan back on it here, the oil pan. My son ordered an oil pan and a gasket kit for it. I think before we put it back together, I'm going to pull one main cap and just check the bearings just to be 100% sure, because there definitely was a little bit of sludge in the pan there, but I think the little bit of metal that we saw was just the rocker shaking loose a few times there. It doesn't take much to look like a lot, right? So I think that's what it is, but that's going to be all we're going to get done for this week here. Got a really busy week coming up here, and actually going to go do a little bit of vacation, me and my wife. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, share me around on social media. TK's Garage 405 on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.